Hey friends, welcome back. So let me say straight away that this is not your beginner level morning routine. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I've been doing this my whole life. It took me a really long time to build up to this. When I was sick, as you probably know, unless this is your first video, I had for a long time faced a chronic illness. I certainly wasn't doing all of this. Although I do think you can have really solid and really healthy morning routines while facing chronic illness, and that they are especially important during this time. But even once I was healthy, it took me a while to build up to this. What I've been doing now for a while is my ideal that I've been striving for. So I'm going to tell you how I got here. This morning routine works so well because it addresses so many different aspects of your health and your day. It affects your mental clarity, how you feel physically. It impacts your circadian rhythm and how you're gonna sleep the following night. Just starting the day by putting yourself first and prioritizing all of your self-care before you start your day and giving yourself that bubble of space before you face the world is so incredibly important. So here are the 5 things that I do virtually every single morning to help ensure that I have a really good day. And this is such a long way from where I used to be. I think back to my 20s, my morning routine, I thought the best approach to a morning routine was to sleep as long as you possibly could before your day started. So things looked different then, but I would hit the snooze button as long as I could and just get out of bed just in time to leave for work. And then I'd have like a makeup bag and some crap food in my car. And while stopped at red lights, I'd put on my makeup and eat my breakfast and then congratulate myself once I got to work for this great routine, because I didn't waste a single second at home getting ready, and I was multitasking, but it was such a stressful way to start the day. I was always running late. I hit the ground running behind, spent the whole day trying to catch up, and my focus immediately went outward, not at all inward. So the first part of my morning routine that I do now is specifically here, actually a few aspects of this routine to help me to get out of bed. Because even though I'm no longer that struggling 20-year-old, I still struggle to get out of bed, no matter how much sleep that I've gotten. When my alarm goes off, I don't want to get up. I just want to stay in my room, in my comfy cocoon of a bed, and not go anywhere. And I'm so grateful to people like Mel Robbins and all the other people who talk openly about how hard they find it to get out of bed in the morning. And it makes me feel so much better, because I used to think it was just me, or that there was something wrong with me, or because I'm healthy, this shouldn't be an issue now. I should be leaping out of bed, full of energy, excited to take on the day. But I think because we've created this crazy world, this hectic world that is so radically different than the one that we humans evolved to thrive in, it's understandable that we are reluctant to get out and face the world. When you're tired and cozy and comfy in your bed and you think about everything that you have in your day ahead of you, it can be overwhelming, and it's understandable to be like, no, I can't do this again. Sad, but true. All right, so here it is, my 5-step morning routine. It starts with step 0. So what step 0 is you give yourself permission to do nothing. So give yourself 15 minutes or however long feels like a good amount of time for you. But for me, it's 15 minutes after your alarm goes off to just lay there and do nothing and appreciate how comfortable your bed is, because your bed is never more comfortable than it is when your alarm goes off in the morning. It's suddenly a dream bed. And it's time to acknowledge that, yes, you probably do have a lot that you're going to have to deal with today and take on. So you're going to ease into that, and you're going to give yourself time to just maybe enjoy the first few minutes of your morning instead of hitting the ground running. All right, now step 1. Some of this is not going to apply to everybody. You tailor it for what you've got going on in your life. But step 1 for me, after I get out of bed and go to the bathroom, I don't take a shower. Showers are a nighttime activity for me. I do not like showers. If I had to get in the shower straight out of getting out of bed, I would never get out of bed. Maybe you like showers. Maybe that's your step 1. But for me, step 1 is to come out and to play with my puppy, Blue. I walk out of my bedroom, I find him in his little bed, and I sit down on the floor with him, and I give him belly rubs, and I tell him I love him, and I ask him if he had nice puppy dreams, and I give him kisses, and he gives me kisses. And having these few moments every morning is so precious. It's one of my favorite parts of my day. And also, when I'm laying in bed and trying to talk myself out of bed, when I know that the first thing that I have to face in the day is puppy kisses, it's a pretty easy sell to get out of bed. It actually makes me excited to get out of bed. So maybe for you, it's your children, it's a different animal, it's the birds outside your window, it's the squirrels in your backyard, it's whatever it is. But just finding that very first thing that you do when you get out of bed be something that really genuinely just makes your heart happy is going to make it so much easier to get yourself out of bed every day. So step 2 for me is still an easy one. I just walk into my kitchen, I pour myself a glass of water, and I squeeze into it half of a lemon. And then for about 5 minutes, I stand in my kitchen, I slowly sip my lemon water, and I do some gentle stretching. Nothing strenuous, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. I just start, I think about the top of my body and I work my way down. So I stretch my, my neck, my head, my shoulders, my chest, my back, and so forth, and just keep going down. Because I find after a whole night in bed in the morning, maybe it's because I'm not in my 20s anymore, but I wake up a little bit stiff, and just getting things moving gently and stretching them out kind of relieves the tension and the soreness and whatever else is built up throughout the night. Step 3. Step 3, are you ready for this? Step 3 is go back to bed. I told you I make my mornings easy. So I call this an expert level morning routine, not because it's hard or complicated, but because it does take time. So you have to schedule this time every morning and prioritize it before everything else gets started, whatever your responsibilities for the day are. So when I'm lying in bed in the morning and I can't get up, and I take my 15 minutes, I'm starting to prepare myself to get up. I'm running through the steps every morning. I'm like, okay, first thing, puppy kisses. I can do that. Second thing, some stretching and some lemon water. I really enjoy the lemon water and the stretching, so that's a good thing for me. And then step 3, back to bed. So every morning it's like, I can do this. Puppy kisses, lemon water, back to bed. But I'm not going back to sleep. That would be kind of a weird, silly morning routine, although not a terrible one, if you can manage it. But what I do is I go back to bed, but now I sit on my husband's side of the bed. He leaves for work crazy early, so I don't even see him. He's not even a part of my morning equation. And I sit up and I do some meditation. I took a meditation course a while back from Soma Meditation. I've interviewed the person who runs it. His name is Sam on this channel a couple of times now. I'll link up here in the video description some of those videos if you want to check it out. He is amazing. He had ME/CFS for like 10 years and fully recovered using meditation. So I eventually ended up taking his program and it has absolutely changed my life. I don't have an affiliate link. This isn't sponsored. I get nothing from promoting it. I just really want, if meditation isn't already a regular, serious practice in your life, I'd love for you to consider it. And he has some like intro courses that are cheap or just a one-off kind of thing. Like you can start with a small investment of time and energy if you are interested. But taking his course, so now I do 2 23-minute meditations twice a day. And the course explains specifically why 23-minute meditations, and I do it all through Insight Timer. So when you take, which is an app, when you take the course, he has a meditation that he's put in Insight Timer to use once you're done the course. And I won't share it here, specifically this meditation, only because it won't make sense to you if you haven't taken the course, because there's very little guidance in the meditation. You need to have done the training. So when you put it on, you know what to do. But I really love this now because the way Sam teaches it is that meditation, you should be comfortable. So I sit up in the bed with 3 pillows behind my back and my legs stretched out. Blue comes with me for my meditation every morning and lays beside me on the bed and sleeps. I really just love this whole part of my morning. And then I use the app and I put on the meditation, and it's wonderful because I hear Sam's voice guiding me through it, and it reminds me of the course, and he's just a great person. So it's a nice way to start the day. And then the app also tracks your meditation. So I love seeing the achievements that I've made. So it shows you how many days in a row you've done it consecutively. So it motivates me to keep doing it because I never want to break my streak. Every day I want to see that additional day tacked on. The benefits that I've seen for meditation are insane. I don't think I would have believed this had someone else told me. So I don't know if you're going to believe me, but I handle stress better during the day. I have way more energy. I barely need to take naps anymore. I feel more confident. I feel more resilient. And when crazy things around me in the world happen, they're not impacting me as much. And by doing these meditations twice a day, you actually slowly start to address a lot of the stress and trauma from your past, even just small t trauma, things that you haven't given yourself the mental space for. And they just sort of come up and you acknowledge them and let them go. And I just find myself every single day slowly letting go of so much that I've been carrying around. And I start to feel lighter and lighter. And I look forward to my meditations every day and I love it. And I wouldn't consider giving it up because or skipping it because it's so vital in my functioning and my happiness. And you don't need to take a course to do this. You can download Insight Timer. It's free and they have lots of guided meditations. Maybe you already have a meditation practice. There are lots of options out there for you to do and get started on this if this sounds good to you. Right, step 4. This one is also really enjoyable. So we still haven't done anything hard and we're on step 4, or we're still not doing anything hard, depending on your level of health. So you're gonna have to modify this to do what you can. But what I do after this is I go out to get some early morning sun. So I combine this with taking Blue for a walk, but even before I had him, I would go out in the morning for an early morning walk just to get that sunshine. So now it's just a nice combo that I get to take him with me and watch him run around and play and have fun. And I get to soak up the sun. And the reason that this is important is because our bodies evolved to thrive in natural environments. And part of that means that in the morning, we would have direct exposure to sunlight. And what this does, one of the things it does is it sort of sets up your circadian rhythm for the day so that your body knows what time of day it is. So when you go to sleep at night, it knows it's time to go to sleep because when that sunlight hits your skin and your eyes, it starts sending the right hormones, cortisol and things in your body that are supposed to fire in the morning. And now it's on the right schedule, and come bedtime, this is one of the massive ways that it knows that it's time to power down and time to go to sleep. I know where you live, it might be rainy or it might be cold. Research has shown that even on cloudy days, you're still gonna get benefits from going outside. And if you can't get outside because of your health, if you can sit by a window and open the window, this is still good. Sitting by a closed window, better than nothing, but the glass blocks some of the rays. You don't get all the full spectrum. I don't remember the details of it, but I do know that you do need to have unobstructed sunlight on your skin to get the effects. All right, step 5, last step of the morning routine. And yes, this one is the hardest. And if this was step 1, I would never get out of bed. So step 5, but by now I'm ready for it. By now I've had puppy kisses, I've done my stretching, I've had my lemon water, I've done my meditation, I've gone outside, which has woken me up, had a walk, had some fresh air. Now step 5 is to get some movement, some exercise. So I do my exercise every morning. It has been proven to help you think better throughout the day. And I also just like, because it's hard, getting it over with earlier in the day. It's like a weight off my shoulders that this isn't hanging over me like something that I have to do at the end of my day. I get it done and then the rest of my day just feels easy. Now, this is something I've tried to accomplish for a very long time. Exercising in the morning has not been an easy habit for me to build. Because exercise is hard and I kind of think I'd just rather sit on my couch and drink some coffee. But there has been something that has been a game changer for me to be able to stay consistent with it and actually even kind of sort of enjoy it sometimes. I started using an app called Future. Now I know if you're currently facing health challenges, exercise might not be possible for you right now. It might not be a priority. Perhaps that a little bit of stretching is going to be your exercise for the day. Maybe that's even going to happen from bed. We all have to modify this. We know where we're currently at. And maybe your morning exercise routine will be just 1 minute of exercise. That's when I was sick, that's how I built it up. I started with 1 minute a day, and then the next week I upped it to 2 minutes, and then the next week 3 minutes. I mean, not like a direct linear. Sometimes I'd stick at the same one for a couple weeks, but generally that was the approach to it. So now I use the Future app, and they originally sponsored me. This is not a sponsored video, but they did at one point. So they let me try the app for free, and I thought there's no way I'm going to keep paying for this, but I'll try it. So I know what I'm talking about, and it was so addictive. What makes this work better than anything that I've tried over the years, classes, personal trainers, other fitness apps, doing it on my own, is that this app is really just sort of a portal to an actual human, an actual personal trainer that you get to choose and who designs stuff for you every week. And you tell them everything that you want, what your goals are, whether you want 5 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day or 45 minutes a day, how many times a week. What is your goal? Health recovery? Are you just looking for gentle stuff? Is your goal building muscle? Is it losing weight? Is it just general health and wellness? And then they build these routines for you, these exercise routines, according to the equipment that you have available. And they can do it even with just stuff that you have in your home, if that's all that you have. And then every day I go to the gym, I open the app, and I have this workout waiting for me. And I put my headphones in, and my trainer is so nice and so encouraging. And every workout starts with a message from her like, "Hey, Raelan, happy Tuesday. So excited for your workout today. Good for you for showing up. Today we're going to be focusing on this and blah, blah, blah." And then like there's little messages from her throughout the workout. And then I get another one from her at the end, congratulating me and telling me I'm awesome. I really love it. And then you give feedback every time, so they keep tweaking it and making sure it's better fit to you. So now that I have that, and because it's loaded into my phone every day and it's waiting for me, I kind of feel like, well, she put in all the work designing this workout. Like I just would be a waste, and I'm paying for it to not do it. So I have not missed a single workout, not one, since I started using this app. I used to have this accountability program with friends where we check in, and I'd set this goal every week for how many days I wanted to work out, and I almost never hit it. And now I don't even put this is one of my goals, because 100% I hit it every week. So I don't need the accountability, because I have a system finally that works. If you're in a place where you are looking to start exercising, and if this sounds intriguing for you, I do have an affiliate link that I'll put in the video description. And with it, you can try it for a month for $19. And even in 1 month, you can accomplish a lot, and you can take it from there and decide what you want to do. And then after all of this is done, I'm ready to start my day. I grab a coffee that I make that is mostly decaf, and I sit down with my laptop and I organize my day. And I have a whole system for that, but I make my schedule and I do a couple minutes of journaling. And as a part of that journaling, I do a gratitude practice where I list 3 things that I'm grateful for. This is also the first time right now, after all those 5 steps are done, that I check my phone. So before this, I don't look at social media. I don't look at messages. I don't look at the news. I don't look at anything. I don't let the world in until I've completely taken care of myself. So it's not a complicated routine. And the reason I say it's expert level is that this takes time. All in all, when we look at all of these steps, if we're going to tally up about how long they take, for me, we've got cozy time in bed, which is 15 minutes. Puppy kisses and belly rubs, about 5 minutes. We got lemon water and stretching, 5 minutes. Meditation, 23 minutes. Morning sun and dog walk takes about 20 minutes. My workout takes about 40 minutes. And then if we want to lump in kind of journaling and organizing my schedule for the day, that's another 10 minutes. So all in all, that takes about 2 hours. So I start work every day at 8:30. So this means that I have my alarm go off at 6:30 every morning, 2 hours before I need to start work, so that I can get all of this done and then start my day feeling good. A very different approach than 20-year-old Raelan, who would have got up at 8:29 to log on for her 8:30 start time remote work. A lot of us plan to do a lot of these things throughout the day, but then the day gets away from us, or our energy goes to other people and to other things. So when you prioritize your energy and your time from the start to take care of yourself, you're not setting yourself up for this continual cycle of days going by, and you're not able to get all these things done and feeling frustrated or disappointed, because it's understandable that once the day gets going, it kind of just takes on a life of its own, and it can be really hard to fit all these things in. So, modified version, or what I would recommend if you don't already have a really lengthy or comprehensive morning routine, is that if you try and start everything I just explained right now tomorrow, you're going to be setting yourself up to fail, because this is 2 hours of time. It's completely changing things. You need to make space for this. So I would start with just one thing. If there's one thing from this list that sounded appealing to you, try implementing that, just a really short amount of it. If it's meditation, maybe even start with 5 minutes, and then next week you try 10, and then the week after that you try 15. Because it takes time to build the space and habits into your life for this. Anything you do is going to be a good thing, no matter how much. Whatever you try, whatever you implement, just congratulate yourself on putting the effort in, and give yourself a hug for taking the time and energy to make yourself a priority. And don't get into the comparison game. It's so easy to do. I get caught in it all the time. Like, oh, I don't have the 8-hour morning routine that so-and-so has, or I don't jump out of bed excited to start the day like that person does. We're all just doing our best. So just do your best. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm going to link on the screen here somewhere one for you that I think that you'll like. It's about, if you're facing chronic health issues, how to navigate that 70 to 100% recovery place and beyond, even once you're 100% recovered. It's about looking at your days, how your energy is spent throughout the day, and what you're using that for. Sort of like the concept of the morning routine, but for the rest of the day, but not as structured. Just more of an approach to making sure that you are using your energy how you want to, and as much as possible directing it towards things that are helping you to reach your goals. Thank you so much. I'm sending big hugs to you. Whatever you're facing, keep at it. You have totally got this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you didn't hate the orange shirt. And I hope to see you in this next video.